now in a virtual tie with just 63 days until the election. No questions were off the table for two candidates who made clear there's no love lost between them. Here's ABC World News Tonight anchor David Muir.
We traveled across the battleground state of Ohio.
What's the most important issue that they talk to you about?
Jobs. Most important jobs.
Getting exclusive access with both presidential tickets.
So Labor Day is here.
Labor Day is here.
And we're with them just as a new poll of likely voters shows the race suddenly a dead heat. 63 days to go, and Trump now leading within the margin of error.
You've made a handful of appearances in the last couple of weeks. It seemed, to the media at least, there were more visits with donors than with voters. We did see Donald Trump out there, about 20 different appearances, among them the trip to Louisiana after the floods, the trip to Mexico. And I'm just curious, is the Trump campaign out-campaigning you right now?
No, not at all. We had such a successful convention in July, and we came out of that convention with an enormous amount of energy and enthusiasm. We are now in full campaign mode.
63 days to go. How badly do you need to win Ohio to win that White House?
Well, we're up in Ohio, and you see the kind of crowds we're having in Ohio, and I think we're going to win it, and certainly I think it would be very important to win Ohio.
People have said Republicans do not win the White House without Ohio.
Well, I've heard that, and certainly we intend to win Ohio. We should win Ohio.
We sit here in Ohio, a key battleground, and we've seen the ads in these battleground states. They start with, "I'm Hillary Clinton, and I approve this message." And the rest of the ad is entirely about Donald Trump.
Because all it takes is one wrong move.
Are you making this about Donald Trump?
No, David, I think that if you've seen all of our ads, we have a lot of very positive ads. The best I can tell is Donald Trump is for building a big wall, which we now know after his unfortunate trip to Mexico. The Mexicans have said they're not paying for it.
You talk about the trip to Mexico.
Yes.
Donald Trump said they did not discuss who would pay for that wall. The Mexican president afterwards said they did discuss it and that Mexico would not pay for it. Your campaign said, quote, "It turns out Trump didn't just choke, he got beat in the room and lied about it."
Yeah.
Is that what you believe?
Well, that's what it sounded like, because what happened is what we call a diplomatic incident, because he came out saying one thing and the Mexican president contradicted him almost immediately. So it is clear that he went down with a mission. It's been the mission of his whole campaign from the very first day to demonize immigrants, to call Mexicans rapists and criminals, to do everything he could to stir up all kinds of bad feelings about hardworking people. And he didn't raise it, so he did choke.
Hillary Clinton, who's also here in Ohio, as you know, told us a short time ago that you choked. That the idea of Mexico paying for this wall has been central to your campaign. Did you choke?
So let me just tell you about choking. I don't choke. So let me just tell you about choking. I don't choke. She chokes. Look at the deal she's made. She's responsible for so many bad things that have happened to our country, including the signing by her husband of NAFTA, which has drained our country of its jobs. I've been given A+, including by you people, but I've been given A+s for the job I did in Mexico. And the fact is, Mexico will pay for the wall. It was discussed that it wouldn't be discussed, but they know my stance, and I know their stance.
Did the Mexican president break his word in talking about it?
And we had ground rules, and that's okay. See who wins in the end. We'll win, 100%. They're going to pay for the wall.
Governor Pence, you're making news this week in revealing that you'll release your tax returns.
Sure.
And
be a pretty quick read.
Pretty quick read. I'm curious, do you think the American voter has the right to see the tax returns of Donald Trump before they vote on Election Day?
You know, I'm very pleased to provide our tax returns. You're going to find out my family's a middle-class family, and that there'll be pretty clear evidence that we haven't profited from our 16 years in and around public life, as some others have.
Governor, I'm asking about Donald Trump and every presidential candidate going back 40 years.
I'm releasing my tax returns. Donald Trump will release his tax returns. I'll give mine to you all this week, and he's going to provide his after a routine audit is done.
As far as my taxes are concerned, the only one that cares is the press, I will tell you. And even the press, I tell you, it's not a big deal.
You don't think there are any voters out there who...
I don't think so, no. I think people don't care. I released the most extensive financial review of anybody in the history of politics. It's either 100 or maybe more pages of names of companies, locations of companies, et cetera, et cetera. And it's a very impressive list. And everybody says that. but I've released a massive list, far more than you get. You don't learn much in a tax return.
Tax returns do reveal how much someone's paid in taxes and how much they've given in charitable giving.
Well, that's okay, but I've given a list on, things that I've given to charity. I have given that list.
But you won't reveal what you've paid in taxes unless the audit is done.
When the audit is done, I will release.
I've released 40 plus years of tax returns. He hasn't released any. I think that's a big question mark that people need to ask themselves. Why wouldn't he?
It's a question she asked again late today, pointing to what Trump told us during our interview with him.
I just want to start by referencing something that Donald Trump told ABC News. He said that the American people don't care about his tax returns. And in fact, he's also said that it's none of our business. I just think he's dead wrong.
And adding fuel to one of Donald Trump's main attack lines on Clinton, on her, quote, stamina, her coughing attack, which she was quick to blame on him.
Every time I think about Trump, I get allergic.
So you talk about stamina, your stamina and Hillary Clinton's stamina. You're 70, she's 68. Do you think the American people deserve to know more about both of you in your medical histories?
Sure, I do. But I would love to give specifics as far as I'm concerned. And if she wants to do it, I'll do it 100%.
Why not go first?
I might do that. I might do that. In fact, now that you ask, I think I will do that.
You will?
Yeah.
You've even said she doesn't look presidential.
I really do believe that.
Well,
yes.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I just don't think she has a presidential look. And you need a presidential look. You have to get the job done. I think if she went to Mexico, she would have had a total failure. We had a big success.
Donald Trump tweeted, Hillary Clinton didn't go to Louisiana. She didn't go to Mexico. She doesn't have the drive or stamina to make America great again. He goes on to say, does she look presidential, fellas? Give me a break.
Well, can I just, does she look presidential, fellas? That's an idiotic comment from Donald Trump. I got added to this ticket about 11, 12 weeks, 100 days from the election. This great public servant has been on the field for 17 or 18 months. It's hard to keep up with her.
When you talk about her not looking presidential, are you talking about aesthetics here?
I'm talking about general. Hey, by the way, she says things about me that are horrible. As an example, the single greatest asset I have, according to those that know me, is my temperament. But she came up with this Madison Avenue line, oh, let's talk about his temperament. It's the single greatest asset I have is my temperament.
What will your temperament be on that debate stage 20 days from now?
I can't tell you because I'm not sure that I know. It'll depend. I mean, you're going to have to adjust. You're going to have to see. I mean, you need flexibility. In life, David, you need flexibility. It may be very nice and it may be very respectful and it may not. Depends on how she treats me.
The debate is 20 days away, the first one.
So I hear.
Are you nervous?
Well, I am certainly focused because, Donald Trump announces he won every debate in the Republican primary. I take that very seriously.
Donald Trump has said about you and the debates, I know how to handle Hillary. Do you know how to handle Trump?
Well, we'll see, won't we, on September 26th.
I think this is Donald Trump's biggest day, and he will be ignored from henceforth.
And we better be ready for the fact that he might be leading the Republican ticket next.
I know you don't believe that, but I want to go on.
We better be ready for the fact that he might be leading the Republican ticket next.
I know you don't believe that, but I want to go on.
Sorry to laugh.
Republican ticket next.
I know you don't believe that, but I want to go on.
But I want the cameras to span the room. Go ahead, fellas, watch. They don't turn them. They don't turn them. They don't turn them. Go ahead, turn them. Look, turn the camera. Go ahead. Turn the camera, ma'am. Turn the camera. You with the blonde hair, turn the camera. Show the room. Go ahead. They don't turn them. What about, hey, you in the center, why don't you turn your camera? Show them how many people come to these rallies. Turn them. Go ahead, turn them. Go ahead. Thank you. That's the first time they've ever done that. Thank you. That's the first time. Amazing. Amazing. Because what's going on is amazing. And I'm telling you, it's